Welcome, families, to another broadcast of Face Radio, where we strive to encourage, enlighten, and inform our families. On this episode, our DJs, Talented Tamelia, Lovable Lisa, and Dedicated Deborah, will discuss the impact of social media on children and youth. So we want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Remember, families, stay calm. Face Radio is on.
Hello, A-Leaf Sunshiners. How's it going out there? Oh, your rays are already making our day brighter. Look at you, shining like a brand new penny. You're kicking back with Lovable Lisa,
Dedicated Deborah, and yours truly, Talented Tamelia.
Hey now, filling your airways with nothing but positivity and resilience. Resilience, you say? Yes, resilience. Though it might have been a rough year from April last year to now, with perseverance, we're seeing sunnier days. We have just about bounced back into a somewhat normal routine. Sun in the sky, warm breeze blowing, you holding a cool beverage and reading the latest Instagram or Facebook post. Hey, hear what I just did? No, literally, did you hear what I just did? I touched on a few of those learning styles that we talked about at our last podcast. By the way, did you have a chance to see what was your learning style or your child's? If you just haven't had that opportunity, which by the way was the challenge of our last podcast, give it a go. And then share it with us on our Twitter page, which is aleaf_face radio. Whew, mouthful. Now, being real here, how many of you spend about as much time on social media as you do exercising or working? Tamelia's shaking her head no. I'd have to join her. Social media has impacted our daily lives as adults, so just think about what it has done to the maturing brains of our youth. Let that sink in for a minute or two while we pause for a break. Then we'll be back to discuss something that's not a stranger to any age, even infants. The impact of social media on children. It's birthday special recognition time. And who do we have here? Looks like some very special people from Reese Elementary School. Special because it's their birthday. All right, those regular podcast listeners, help those new ones say it with me. We shout out with cheers for many more birthday years to Marie Oliveras, Carla Hall, and Claudia Manuel. You're listening to A-Leaf Face Radio. Keep calm, Face Radio is on. Sit tight, we won't be long.
Chosen, I've been waiting here for you since the beginning of this universe. You know the world is fading. There's a secret power hidden in your soul. Don't be afraid to use it, 'cause you're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. 'Cause you're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the chosen one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the chosen one. Greetings, chosen. I've been waiting here for you since the beginning of this universe. You know the world is fading. There's a secret power hidden in your soul. Don't be afraid to use it. There are voices in your head saying that you're a fit. You're not good enough, but you know that's not true. There is a secret power hidden in your soul. Don't be afraid to use it, 'cause you're the one. 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 'Cause you're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the chosen one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the chosen one.
Welcome back, listeners. We have one special announcement for you. Registration for full day pre-K has begun. To enroll or for more information, go to aleafisd.net/pre-K. Space is limited, so get your kids in there. Okay, listeners, now it's time for the word of the week. And since we're discussing social media, we thought we'd give you a word that relates to social media. And that word is trending. It's an adjective. It means currently popular or widely discussed online, especially on social media websites. The iHeart Awards are trending right now. That's the sentence.
Did you know in 1851, around this time in history, Elias Howe applied for a patent for the continuous clothing closure, later called the zipper? In 1885, around this time in history, the first ever Good Housekeeping magazine hit the newsstands. In 1936, around this time in history, Warner Brothers debuted their popular rabbit, Bugs Bunny. Hey, what's up, Doc? In 1970, around this time in history, the Beatles released their last album, Long and Winding Road. Talking about albums, here's some sounds to cruise through our Twitter page at @Aleaf_Face Radio.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. In the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see your blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with my shadow all day. Watch the time. I can't find the point where to pass the line right. You're the night sky, I'm trying to see your stars, but I've always feared the dark. Now I see violet, I can feel your silence. You always feel so far. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
Hey, listeners, thank you for staying tuned in with us. Here's an idea. Tell your friends to listen in with you. Make it a party, a A-Leaf Face Radio party. You can comment as you listen on our Twitter page, which is at @Aleaf_Face Radio. Now, speaking of Twitter, if you and your friends do listen and comment together, does what your friend say in her comment influence your comment? Or would you be able to make a comment not based on what your friend might say or think? This is one of many situations our students find themselves in when it comes to social media. Like most things, using social media has its positives, its negatives, and sometimes just downright ugly dangers that impact a lot of people. But the impact plays a bigger role on our children, whether it's a positive or negative. For this podcast, we'll discuss some positives and negative social media situations in hopes that you will start to play a larger role in monitoring your child's social media page, no matter what age, in order to make the impact of social media a positive one. You know, Dave Willis said, don't use social media to impress people. Use it to impact people. To me, that says that whatever platform you stand on, use your voice to create a positive atmosphere. Miss Lisa, Miss Deborah, what do you guys think?
Tamelia, when I think about that quote, it reminds me of, we can impress people for a short period of time, but, that may just last for a season. But if all of us, would use social media to impact others in a positive way, it would not only be just for now, but it could impact future generations, leaving an imprint of influence.
Wow, Miss Deborah, mouthful. All right, to me, about using social media to impress people, use it to impact people. I know Facebook, they use algorithms when you're clicking through certain things, and a lot of stuff will pop up for you to buy this, to buy that, or to go here, or to go there. And I know some of my actual friends do that on social media. They'll say, oh, I went to this restaurant. The restaurant may have a menu where the cheapest item is $100. So they start posting their pictures. Oh, we went to this restaurant. We went to that restaurant. When a lot of times they could just eat simply at Church's Chicken or Popeyes or Burger King, instead of using it to impact people in a positive way. So that's what I think about it when I hear that quote. Don't use social media to impress people. It's okay to eat at Burger King. It's okay to eat at McDonald's. It's okay to eat at Taco Bell. It's okay to shop at Marshalls and Ross.
Thank you, Miss Lisa and Miss Deborah, for those wonderful reflections on that quote. It's Face Radio. Keep calm because we're on. Stay tuned for your chance to win later.
Like a captive, I'm on to you. make you think of me longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay of me longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
Welcome back, listeners. Don't know about you, but something about smooth music like that puts me in the mood to either clean or cook. Then it gets me to scrolling through my Facebook because I know a recipe is going to pop up that I might be interested in. And then I get caught up in reading the post.
Now, didn't you just mention the impact of social media, Lisa?
Yeah. Actually, that was familiar, but looking for a recipe would be a positive impact. See, you thinking just like I used to. Because when I hear the word social media, my mind immediately gets to a negative thought. But there are some positives to it, too. True, yeah. But looking for a recipe would be a positive impact. See, you're thinking like I used to. Because when I hear the word social media, my mind immediately thinks negative, and I know there are some positives to it, too.
I suppose, because my mind went straight to shopping. That's a negative impact on my wallet.
For starters, do you really know what social media is? Because I had to Google that really just to make sure. Yeah, we know Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, etc. But what is social media? Well, you know what? It's just a website with social interaction. That's considered social media.
Or better yet, someone's imaginary web friend.
I know I might be sounding a bit negative towards social media, but there are some social media benefits when it relates to youth. Let's touch on the impact among teens, since they are the ones who I've seen with the most opportunities of using social media unsupervised.
Okay, question. What has been one of the biggest challenges for the older generation to keep up with, besides health issues, that is constantly changing? What do you think? Anybody? Tamelia, Ms. Moon?
Technology.
You're right, technology. Even though we see kids on social media more than we think that they should be, believe it or not, spending time on social media helps them become competent citizens in the digital age. Technology. They're like little pilots in the sky. You know, pilots have to navigate the airplanes. So like pilots, these little children today can navigate their way around social media no matter how fast it changes. And I've seen infants with the cell phones just clicking away.
That's true.
Now, a word that adults toss around a lot is networking. You know, like when you're looking for the best price on that new purse you were telling me about, Tamelia.
Now, see, you all up in minds, lovable Lisa. But yeah, I do want that purse. Hint, hint.
Well, I'm sure you've been networking. Well, you know, that's what impact social media has on our youth. They network. With their friends outside of the school or homework. They might be, if they're in an organization or a club, they're collaborating on fundraisers, you know, stuff like that. But they're doing it through social media. Personally, I think it helps in stimulating their brain cells because this way they get and give feedback from their peers. And learning new things from your peers is kind of a little bit more interesting than, you know, learning from a parent or a teacher. And y'all know I'm not telling the fib. Y'all know if your classmate or your friend told you something back when you were in school, weren't you more likely to listen to them first than an adult?
Yeah, that's true.
I know it is. And out of that, kids are expressing themselves more. They love sharing their creative artwork and music. You know, those shy ones? This is a good way for them to open up. Well, let's take a few minutes to check our social media. Keep calm. Face Radio is on and we'll be back. But first, Here's a special announcement just for our A-League families.
Get the scoop, stay in the loop. Our Face newsletter was created specifically for A-League families. Twice a month, we feature fun activities to do with your children, resources on nutrition and health, amazing scholarship opportunities, information on mental health, financial assistance, and so much more. Visit aleafisd.net/family to learn more about how you can stay in the loop.
So glad to have you tuned in with us because today's podcast is trending. Social media and its impact on our youth. Yeah, I know we have some naysayers out there listening, but if you just clicked on, we've already talked about a few positive impacts social media has for kids. So when you get a chance, rewind to the beginning of this podcast to hear what we've highlighted on already. You know, a few buddies and myself were talking last week, and the conversation led to when we were in school and who we hung out with. You know how you get to talking and stuff like that, you get to reminiscing. Well, that got me to thinking today about the impact social media has. Saying this to say, with social media, kids can maintain long-term friendships just by staying in touch with each other online. You know, like during the pandemic, when they couldn't play together face-to-face, but guess what? They could at least do it online. Even with family members, same thing. They can at least talk to or even see their family members on social media, even if it's in the next room.
Girl.
Yeah.
Look, another good thing about social media I've noticed is that it helps those shy kids. It gives them a little boost of confidence, you know?
How's that?
Well, after being on the internet interacting, they feel a bit more confident in public, you know?
Yeah, and they also have a chance of learning from their kids their own age from another culture. This exposes them to other countries and you know how those kids are living and learning. They might be learning from somebody in Australia, somebody in the Sudan. Who knows? They might even have an opportunity to meet that other child. What a wonderful thing that would be. Yes, that would be wonderful. Get it to actually meet the person you've been talking to across the world. However, sometimes just that happens. And it doesn't happen in a good way either. And it doesn't have to be across the world. It could be in a child's own city or even their own neighborhood.
You've heard the stories. A child thinks they've been exchanging conversations with someone in their own age group just to find out if somebody acting like it. Parents, this is why constant monitoring is very important. There are several other reasons to monitor your child on social media. One of the biggest ones is cyberbullying. Bullying is easier on social media because the bully doesn't have to do it face to face. And because of their young minds, kids tend to believe the negativity, then it spreads like wildfire.
Right.
This can cause some serious problems for the one being bullied or even threatened. The child could start becoming isolated, depressed, or even worse. Again, parents, constant and consistent monitoring is crucial. Deborah, what are you doing? A selfie? Now? We're in the middle of work and you have time to take a selfie? Give me that phone.
Hey!
Ha
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Selfies. Selfies turned into the most popular thing with camera phones. Taking selfies every hour and posting it on social media is strongly linked to, let's just say, being full of yourself. The problem is that can trigger obsessions with the way you look or see yourself. Some kids who take constant selfies have been known to do dangerous things, such as scale skyscrapers, pose with wild animals or weapons, or stand close to moving vehicles, such as trains, to get a cool selfie. which has ended sometimes fatally. Risky behavior is also observed in teens as they participate in mass social media challenges that involve engaging in absurd or dangerous activities while filming themselves.
Hey, did you hear what happened?
What?
Are your ears burning now?
Come on, yes, yes.
You really want to know, don't you?
Girl, tell us.
Being in the know. We just have to know something every 30 minutes or so, which means constantly checking the internet. And because of their young brains, kids do it even more. If you don't limit them, they'll spend hours each day watching videos, photos, and other content posted in their account that they follow. FOMO, fear of missing out sets in. Then you know what happens? The time wasted on social media leads to bad study habits
Yep.
and poor grades, which could possibly lead to a bad cycle. Bad grades mean they'll have to study harder, but then they'll feel like they're missing out on something if they don't check social media, and it'll start all over again.
Although there are some downfalls to social media, social media is helping our kids advance in technology, which is the way of the future, by way of them being able to be creative through self-expression, positive interaction, and building self-confidence. It's just up to us, the adults, to help guide them in the right direction. And now for a special announcement. A-Leaf families, don't forget, our virtual workshops are in session and helping you to budget your finances, plan healthy and tasty dishes, create easy crafts and family fun projects, prepare for natural disasters, and more. Contact your campus family liaison or visit our website at www.aleafisd.net/family for additional information. Social media, friend or foe, you decide. Now we've laid out some pros and cons, so with that, here's a challenge for you listeners. I think I'm gonna challenge myself too. Challenge your oldest child to see who can stay off social media the longest. Yes, stay off of social media. This should be a good one. Then share it with us on our Twitter page at aleaf_face radio. You might be surprised at what else you can do with your time. Okay, families, here's your moment. A lady was having a baby, and she says,
I think I'm name her Sarah.
then the doctor says,
I'm sorry, but that name is already taken. You can still name her Sarah 3543 or Sarah 12.
you get it? Just like when you're trying to get an email and that name is not available and you got to pick another name. It's a moment.
Well, guys, it's A-Leaf trivia time. Who is A-Leaf's ISD superintendent? The name. Be the fifth person to text your answer to 832-422-8423. That's right, 832-422-8423. Again, be the fifth person to text your answer to the question of who is A-Leaf ISD superintendent? What is that person's name? And you'll be the winner of a special prize.
Well, listeners, that's all the time we have for this podcast. But be sure to tune in with us again for our final podcast of the year next month. We'll have some awesome information and several chances for you to win some great prizes. Don't forget to post your answers to the challenge and to call in the answer to the trivia question.
Now for our inspirational thought. With everything that is happening around the world amongst so many cultures, races, and ethnicities, we need to be empathetic and sympathetic with each other. Social media is a mass transit for meeting people, building businesses, or just having fun. Our interaction on social media has a bigger impact than the eye can see. Let's be kind. Let's work on having a positive impact on others. It's a great source of communication. But let's not forget to balance social media and family. Social media shows us countless ways to educate, enlighten, and empower people. Yet, as Alex Ohanian points out, it takes discipline not to let social media steal your time. Make sure that you and your family take a break from social media. Have real conversations with each other. Learn new life skills, exercise, read a book, enjoy a hobby, or show acts of kindness towards others. These are a few suggestions that would stimulate personal and professional growth and becoming a well-rounded individual outside of the social media realm.
We thank you for listening to another broadcast of Face Radio. We hope you are encouraged, enlightened, and informed from this discussion with our fantastic DJs, talented Tamelia, lovable Lisa, and dedicated Deborah. What a phenomenal discussion on the impact of social media on children and youth. We all know that social media consumes much of their time and energy these days. Finding the right balance and using those platforms correctly could elevate you or bring shame to you in the future. Keep your digital blueprint in excellent standards. Once it's posted or shared, it's out for the world to see. And on our next episode, we will talk about the importance of establishing a daily routine. You want to listen in and invite a friend. Haley families, you know what time it is. Say it with me. Stay calm. Face Radio is on.